Hi everyone, this is Tony. I'm from the Blue River Fishing, and today we were talking about the fishing in New Brunswick in 4 seasons. So before we got the fishing, we go fishing. You know everything is we need some equipment or fishing gear. Oh my God, what's happened in there? Oh. Wait a moment. I don't know why. So you can see we need some basic gear for your fishing, such as the fishing rod. Oh, what's happening there? I'm sorry about this. Uh, I don't know
It's all right.
why. Okay. Okay. So we need some fishing rod and the fish line and hook, and you also need some lure, means force bat, and sometimes you need a bat. Okay, and also you need a lot of accessory for the fishing. These pictures didn't show any fishing any equipment you need in the ice fishing, but as you know, it's just we need some for example, the basic is a fishing rod and the fishing reel and the fish line and the hook. Okay. So now we talk about the fishing in spring. So in spring, as you know, the snow and ice melt and the earth warm up. Okay, at that time, a lot of fish we can fishing in there. Enjoy your casting force and enjoy you can feeling the electric shock when fish biting. So you can see that. So this is the white perch. Okay, it's a very near from Fredericton. Yeah, in spring normally we are use lure, so it means it's not a real live bite. It's just used by some plastic, something like that. So it's very good sport for your body in spring fishing.
Tony, you freeze. Hello? I am sorry. Something went wrong with the connection, I believe. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you
My
now.
God. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Only you.
Okay. Uh, Can you see that?
We can see the list of attendance. Yep. Now we can see the presentation.
Okay. Oh my God. It's the internet problems from my side.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
From this part, from this photo, we did not hear you anymore.
Oh my God. So now you can see my screen now.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Let's start from here.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's this is fishing in spring. In spring is you can see a lot of kind of species of the fish for the fishing. So you can see, for example, is hello, I'm still here.
Yes, you are here.
Okay, okay. But just worry about. So this is you can see this is a white perch. It's a very the fishing spot is very near from Fredericton. So in spring, normally we use the lure. It means is that the kind of fish is you made by the plastic. It's not real life bite. So is you have to casting and roll again, come back and casting and come back. So it's a very good kind of support. So you can see this is the striped bass. It's a very famous fish in New Brunswick. This is a fishing in the Miramichi city. So you can see in the spring we have a lot of typical species such as a white perch, it's a trout, it's a striped bass, and also sturgeon. As such as a flounder is also in the end of the spring we can fish in that. We take stripper bass as an example for the fishing. We can talk a little bit detail. You can see this is a stripper bass. We when we fish that, the fishing rod we need to use is 6 feet and 6 inch. It's at least. And the second is the for the road you must use the medium level higher. It means also medium or the medium heavy, something like that. This is a specific factor of the fishing rod. Yeah. For the fishing rod, you must use the higher 3,000. For the fishing rod, normally they divide from the 500 to 7,000. So you must use the higher than the 3,000. And the sinker, because we fishing this stripper bass in the river, so we must use the sinker. All the even the lure is also have the weight, so the is should be higher than weightier than the 3 ounce. Yeah, you can use lure and you can use bite. Both are okay in the for this kind of fish. So it's according to the regulation of New Brunswick fishing, is you only can keep your fish is the length is between the 50 centimeter to 65 centimeter. It's only between that. even which if the fish is longer than the 65 centimeter, you must release. And for the daily limit per person, you can keep 4. So it means for a whole day, when you go fishing, the stripper bass, the maximum you can keep is 4. Of course, is sometimes you have to release a lot of, and sometimes you hope to you can fish the four pieces. Yeah. So this is a specific fishing spot. It's in Miramichi City, or in the Misku Island. Both are very good place for the fishing. So this is the stripper bass. And for the summer, the summer is the very good season for the fishing. For the summer, every people in New Brunswick, they are enjoy the they are enjoying the sunness season. So a lot of people bring a fishing rod for the meditation. Actually, it's meditation. So sometimes one small boat is you can parking on the river and enjoy the smooth surface such as the mirror that reflects the blue sky and white cold, such that. This is the one of the very famous species of New Brunswick is they call a mackerel, and this is a flounder. So when you fish mackerel, you use the chain hook. So normally you can fish the 5 or 6 together when you fish one time. So that's the situation you enjoy, right? So you can enjoy the blue sky and you can enjoy the white cold and on the river. So this is typically species of in the summer. So you can see the mackerel, you can see the small moss bass, you can see eel, or the squid. Also, you can see the flounder, pollock, and also a lot of different kind of species in the New Brunswick. So we can take an example as a summer species is a flounder. So for the flounder, the fishing rod, you should use the lower than the medium. As also you can use the light, the fishing rod. So for the fishing rod, you need less than 3,000. It's quite different compared with the species, the stripper bass we talked just a minutes ago. Yeah. So the sinker is less than 10 G. Yeah. You must use the bite. In the current situation, you couldn't use the lure. You must use a real life bite. The best one is a strip. Also, you can use the squid. Yeah, both are all very good bite. So the keeper for the older because the flounder is belong to the groundfish. So is the daily limited is 10. So this means all the groundfish together is a 10 is the maximum amount you can keep in daily. Yeah, it's not and no limitation about the bigger one or the small one is no length. So the best sport is a Grand Manan. or the beaver hub. That will be good for the fishing sport. Hey everyone, can you hear me or can you see me presentation or any question?
Yes, we can hear you and
Okay,
we see your
okay. Because
presentation.
it's no any voice, so I always worry about I draw.
Everything is all right. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that's the fishing in the summer. Summer is the best season, one of the best season in the New Brunswick for the fishing. Yeah. So now we talking about the fishing in autumn. For the autumn is is a harvest time. So you can see, especially in the New Brunswick, is that we have a very colorful life of the train. Is when you see that is a white spring of the church. Is against of a change the sky. Is that normally you go home with the forest result, so you can show you are cooking about that with your friend. So the in the autumn is a very good season for the biggest fish. So you can see it's a very beautiful sign. It's a golden tree, and some people is fishing in there. That's the casting. It's very good feeding. Okay, so for the autumn is a very good season for the stripper bass fishing. We talked about the stripper bass before, but in the spring normally we use lure. At that time, the fish is normally is a smaller, but in the autumn, normally the stripper bass is a bigger than the 65 centimeters. So if you can fish, you will get very good feeding for the fighting with fish. So um, there are some typical species in the autumn. You can see the first one I mark as a muskie. Frank speaking, unfortunately, so far I didn't catch one. It's a we can keep because in the muskie is the minimal length is a 1.3 meter. It's a even high length, longer than the 1.3 meter you can keep. So it's a really challenge for every peoples. Yeah. So now is we talk about the fishing in the January to the March. So normally the people always feel in the Canada, especially in the New Brunswick, is that the winter time is more boring. But if you enjoy the ice fishing, if you enjoy ice fishing, you will love the winter in in, in there. So it's in the winter you can go to the ice fishing. The ice fishing is a very good activities we can play with family together. Yeah, because you will not care about the water in there. Uh, if you can enjoy the warmer tent, and you can let your children play on the ice, and you can boil a pot of a hot tea and chat with your friend, and even you can make some barbecue on the ice. So you can that's the typical the species on the winter is this is a name is right hack or silver hack. I suppose that is. So you can fish on the ice. Frank speaking is normally you must remember these pictures. So uh, this is very serious talking about the how deeps of the ice. Yeah, the ice thickness is only higher than the 5 inch. Yes, people can fish. Of course, normally when we go to the ice fishing with tank, is normally the ice I think is higher than the 10 inch or the 12 inch at least. We can drive the car to the on the ice. So it's normally is a very good place when some people can go fishing on the ice. Yeah. Some of the typical species is I use red hack, silver hack, and white hack. Also, you can fish some pickerel. It's very how to say it's very strong, and this kind of fish is also eat some small fish, and you can use the barbel. Also, you can use the barbel. The barbel is a very delicious kind of fish. So is in New Brunswick, the people always think this barbel is almost equal to the lobster. So is we can try in there. Yeah, you can see this is a very spicy. This is a silverhead. Did you see my video? Yeah, I don't know why it's a no
Yes, we
voice.
can we can see your video.
Yeah, but I couldn't hear the voice, the sound of the video. It's very small. Oh, so that's one of the typical species in the on the ice fishing. Its name is a silverhead. So normally, if we fish this kind of for the ice fishing for the silverhead, you must first you must use the ice fishing rod. The ice fishing rod is a very shorter than the normal one because you have to use it in the tent. Yeah, the fishing rod is the best one is less than 1,000. Yeah, because the water depths is about is normally less than 20 meter. So you just use a very small one is okay. So the thinker is less than the 20 because this kind of you must keep very flexible in the water. You must keep your hook is very flexible in the water. So you must use the bat. Uh, so the silver hack is also belong to the ground fish. So the same as before, the daily limited is the 10 pieces for per person. So uh, the almost all the species for the ice fishing is belong to the ground fish. Yeah. So the fishing spot is a rainforest or the ground lake. This kind of place will be best one for the fishing for the ice fishing. So now it's finished for my presentation. As I just see is let's go fishing. Okay, so above is the most is my presentation in today. Is there any question about this?
Are there any questions, please?
Oh, it's good. It's a pen. So maybe it's, the people didn't have much more experience. So is maybe some people have some question about where we can fish or where we can buy the fishing gear, or even for this kind of a species, is it delicious or not?
There is a question, do I need to have a license?
It's a quite difference. For the older presentation, the species, I take an example, such as striped bass and flounder and the silver hack, which these three is a very typical species. Is no license need because this kind of species is fishing in tight water.
The speaker answer.
What does ground fish mean? Sorry, another. Yeah. What does ground fish mean?
The ground fish, you can easy to understand that the fish is near the ground, near the sea ground.
Is your
That's
name
a
Jan?
group.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a
Jan,
group.
Jan,
Yeah,
Wood,
that's a
Jan
group
Wood.
of the fish, such as you can flounder, the pollock, cod, and the silver hack, and the red hack. It's a group of the fishing of the fish species. So use normally is all this group is a called fish ground fish. That's very easy to find the in the how to say is the DFO website. You can see which one is belong to the ground fish or which one is not. The ground
Thank
fish
you.
now, if you
And
are in tight water, you do not.
so
Yeah.
this is an answer from Jan. Thank you very much. This is our next presenter. If you are in tidal water, you do not need a license. If you are fishing in inland water, like streams, lakes, rivers, etc., you do need a license. Thank you, Jan. And next question is, is there fishing related training?
Training, which means training.
Trainings like fishing course or something like this? Lessons, classes?
You mean the
To learn how to fish.
fishing cost. I'm sorry about this. I believe is not officially fishing cost in there. If you want to, you can talking with me.
Okay,
You can
get
talk
in
with.
touch with Tony if he would like to learn how to fish.
Yeah. And you can got my contact information from the multicultural.
Yeah, Jane
Yeah.
will send to all the teachers the contact information, and they will be able to share with students.
Okay. Cool. So it's because it's actually is a lot of people is learn fishing and from my side, and they enjoying the fishing in New Brunswick. Actually, in New Brunswick is a very good fishing uh, places, very good fishing city, or even in the provinces in Canada, I believe. You can fish in the tide water, and you can also fish in the fresh water. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So we will now thank you, Tony, for this really informative part of the session. I think it's interesting not only for fishers, but for those who might be involved in the future. And now we will pass the microphone to our presenter, Jan Kalun. Sorry for the time you had to wait. Thank you very much. And let's start the next session. Thank you, Tony.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Gina. Bye.
Good morning, everyone. I participated in this presentation last year with one of our conservation officers, and I work at the Fish and Wildlife Branch of the Department of Natural Resources and Energy Development. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Okay, can you see that?
Yes, we see registering online.
Okay, perfect. So as I added to the chat, if you are fishing in tidal water, you do not need a license. If we had a conservation officer with us today, he would be able to give you maybe some better information, but I'm going to show you our website. This is the Fish and Wildlife website. It is gnb.ca/fish-wildlife. I will add it to the chat. So if you scroll down, you'll see Go Fishing. We're going to click here. This general information section has a tidal waters interactive map. I'm going to click on it, and this will tell you where tidal waters are, and you will not need to have a license to go fishing. So we can zoom in here. All of the red are, so all along the coast, that is considered tidal water, and you do not need a license. So that's why you're not going to see red lines along the coastline. You will see the red. This indicates it is tidal water and you do not need a license. I'm going to zoom in here in the Fredericton area. So you can see here, this is the St. John River and part of the Nashwauk River. To Marysville, it's considered tidal. The St. John River all the way up to not quite the Mactaquac Dam. So it is before the dam. I believe it is where the Hart Island, the campground with the water park, that is the limit. So all of this red area here along the St. John River, you do not need a license to fish. Okay, I'm going to just minimize this. So if you wish to fish in a lake or a stream or a body of water that is not considered tidal water, you will need to buy a license. So in order to buy a license, you first need to get an outdoors card number. We have an online system. You can do it online, or you can go in person. Any of the local Canadian Tire stores can get you signed up. but you would need to have a New Brunswick driver's license or the New Brunswick photo ID card, okay? To get registered as a resident, you will need either of those things, driver's license or the New Brunswick photo ID card. So you can register online or in person at Canadian Tire, for example. If you do not have a driver's license or the New Brunswick photo ID card, but you do have the New Brunswick Medicare card, you can take your Medicare card to any Service New Brunswick office to get signed up for an outdoors card number and purchase a license. Okay. So here's our website, as I mentioned, gnb.ca/fishwildlife. And this is what you'll see, or part of what you will see. You're going to see the moose, someone fishing, and you're going to click this link. It says buy a license, apply for a draw, get an outdoors card. You will click this link. Your screen will change, and then you will click registration. Okay, so this is for people that have the New Brunswick photo ID card or the New Brunswick driver's license and are considered a resident. You click registration. So the first question you are asked is, are you a New Brunswick resident or a non-resident? So you will pick either one. So if you do not have the New Brunswick Medicare card, if you have not been living here at least 6 months, you do not have a New Brunswick driver's license, you do not have the New Brunswick photo ID card, you would be considered a non-resident. If you do have either of those things, then you would click on New Brunswick resident and click next. This is the next screen you will see. Client details. You will enter your first name, your last name. If you have any middle names, you can add those as well. Date of birth. Then you will enter in your home address. You will enter in the postal code first, and then you will push the address lookup button. This will search your postal code, and it will bring back results. It will either fill this information, or it will give you a list of streets that are in your postal code, and you will select your street. You will have to enter in your house number or your building number. And if you have an apartment, you will select the unit type and then enter in the number. If you have a separate mailing address that is different from your home address, you will uncheck this box here, and then you will enter in your mailing address. The final bit of information on this screen is your email address and your daytime phone number. That is mandatory. If you have different phone numbers, For your evening phone and your cell phone, you can enter those as well. Then you will click Next. The next screen is the Identification and Preferences screen. So if you have a New Brunswick driver's license or the New Brunswick photo ID card, which hopefully you do because you've already started to do this, haha, you need to enter your number. That's the first thing on this screen. Then we ask this here. This is not mandatory. There is no star. You don't need to enter it if you don't have a New Brunswick Conservation Education card number or a DNR-ED client number. If by chance you have taken any hunting courses with us, you would have this number, but you'll just leave it blank. Then we ask your preferred language of communication. We have English or French. Your preferred method of communication, email or mail. And then if you would want to receive notifications by email, yes or no. And you will click Next. So this next screen is the training qualification screen. This is hunting related. If you don't hunt, do not plan to hunt, you're just going to scroll down and click Next. If you do hunt and have taken firearm safety or hunter education, or you are born before January 1st, 1981, and you have previous hunting experience, then this is the screen where you let us know that you have that training or experience. So if you've taken courses, there is an out-of-province training section. You can add your information. And for those that are born before January 1st, 1981, there is a third section, previous hunting and trapping experience. So if you've held a hunting license anywhere in North America or another country, you can check off the box and then you will click Next. But if you are only going to be fishing, no hunting, just scroll down, click Next. The next screen, you will create a password. It tells you here what you need in your password. You're going to meet these requirements, enter your password twice, click Next. The next screen is where you're going to review the information that you've entered. And as long as everything is good, you're going to check off this box saying, I have verified the information provided. If you have made a mistake, you will see an Edit button to the right-hand side, and you can click that to fix your errors. So once you've clicked on Complete Registration, you will be able to, you can print your registration so you have your number, or you can click on Purchase a License if you want to purchase a license right away. I will show you once you're in there, it's very straightforward. You'll click Purchase a License, and then you will see there, as a resident, there are two types of fishing licenses. The resident angling except salmon. So the angling license covers all fish species, but not salmon. Okay? That license for people 16 to 64 is $26.45. For people 65 years of age or older, the price of that is, just give me a second, sorry, $17.25. The other license type that we have for residents is a salmon license. Okay, so the salmon license covers all species, including salmon. So if you are going to fish sea-run salmon, which is salmon in a river, you need to have a salmon license. If you are not going to be fishing for salmon, sea-run salmon, you can just get the resident angling license. You can also fish landlocked salmon, which are salmon in lakes. You can fish those salmon in a lake with the angling license. So these prices that you see here, these are the prices before tax. If you are not meeting the residency requirements, like to be a resident or to purchase a resident license, and you would still be considered a non-resident, we have, for non-residents, we have 3-day, 7-day, and season licenses. But if you are still considered a non-resident, then fishing in tidal water where you don't need a license would probably be your best bet, where then you wouldn't have to spend that money. I think that is probably it for me. The more, I don't know if I want to say complicated, it's not really complicated, is we went through how to get your outdoors card number online. You can also, as I'd mentioned, go to Canadian Tire or Service New Brunswick. If you only have a Medicare card, then Service New Brunswick would be the place to go to get your outdoors card number, and you could buy your first license. Once you have your outdoors card number, then you can buy your license at Canadian Tire in the future or online. It's just getting that outdoors card number. You could also email us. If you just have the Medicare card, you could send us an email. The email, I'll put the email address in here, is fw_pfweb@gnb.ca. So that's if you have any questions in the chat, any questions about licensing, getting an outdoors card. Yeah, I think that's it for me. And does anybody have any questions?
Thank you, Jen. Thank you very much. I see one question in the chat, if you can see that.
Yes, about clams. Yeah, so clams, that's not the provincial government that looks after that. So anything that would be like off the coast, like clams, shellfish, that all falls under the federal government. So it is the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. So you would need to visit DFO's website for information on shellfish. Okay, licenses and expiry. So licenses, fishing licenses go on sale April the 1st, and they are good until March 31st in the following year. So the season licenses, for residents, they are season licenses. So you get to fish in the spring, summer, fall, and winter. Winter fishing is included in the angling and the salmon license. Years ago, we had a separate ice fishing license, but now ice fishing or winter fishing, it's all included in our season license. Okay, I'm seeing your, and I'll respond to your questions in the chat with a message as well. 10 to 15. Okay, so for children under the age of 16 do not need a license. If they're like fishing in a lake or a brook or a stream or a river, they do not require a license. But if a child aged 10 to 15 wishes to go salmon fishing, then they do require a license. Salmon is a little different. So a youth aged 10 to 15 would need an outdoors card number and purchase a salmon license. And yes, it is the same price as 65 and older. Penalty for fishing without a license. That I cannot answer. That would be something for a conservation officer. I unfortunately do not know what the penalties are for fishing without a license when you should have one.
But better not trying.
Right. Exactly. And if you aren't sure if you should have a license or not for where you want to fish, you could always call, okay, so the Fredericton Ranger Office for natural resources. I'm putting the phone number. It's an easy one to remember. It's in the chat. So if you have any questions about the local area for fishing, I want to go fishing here. Do I need a license or not? What can I fish in that area? It's always best to contact the closest DNR office. They know their area best. Yes. Any other questions?
I don't see also any other questions. Jen, thank you so much for this information session. Like, everything was so structured and detailed, and I think now it's clear to anyone. Thank you for supporting us, and to everyone
welcome.
for your attention. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.